So this is our second Fast and Furious Supra, our best giveaway yet, a $200,000 build on this Fast and Furious Supra. You win this car plus $10,000 cash. Do not miss a chance to change your life forever.
Fast and Furious, we tearing up the asphalt. Ain't stopping hard, I feel it in your ribcage. Super speeding up, they gonna bring us down. We're flying high, baby, listen to that say. Revving up the engine, feel the adrenaline rush. 2JZ.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Slate Performance Automotive, and today we're going to be showing you our latest Fast and the Furious build. As you can see, this car needs no introduction. This is Brian's Supra from the very first movie. In this video, we're going to go over some of the details that went into this car: engine, transmission, suspension, brakes, interior, paint and body stuff, etc. So let's get started. So now we're going to work our way front to back and go over what makes a Fast and Furious Supra a Fast and Furious Supra. So you can build a replica using any Mark IV Supra. The Fast and Furious car was an early model car. So the differences are going to be things like the headlights. So this has the early model 93, 94 style headlights. The later models used a black housing headlight with a clear lens. Our first replica Supra, or tribute replica as some say, used the later model headlights. I personally think that that's a good look, but if you want to be more screen accurate, you want to use the correct style headlights, and that's what this has. Moving on from the headlights, you get into the fog lights and the turn signals. You'll notice this also utilizes the early model turn signals with the orange lenses. Our first replica that we did, or again tribute replica, used the later model fog lights and turn signals with the clear lens and the orange ball. It gives it a little bit more of a modern look. It's a great look, but again, if you're going for screen accuracy, you want to use the right parts. Then you get into the fog lights. The fog lights fit the cutout and the Bomex bumper. Moving further back, let's get more into the body kit. Again, this is a replica Bomex body kit. As you can see, it's the front bumper, side skirts, and back bumper. When it comes to building an early 2000s or Fast and Furious style replica car, the body kit and the big wing are just synonymous with culture. The Fast and Furious Supra used a Bomex body kit. As you see, this car has a replica Bomex body kit. The dimensions are very, very similar to that of the original car. So this has a TRD replica carbon fiber hood. And yes, it is real carbon fiber. This is a C-bond hood. And as you see, it has the TRD style vents. And they do sell these hoods with caps for the vents so you can seal them off so you don't get water intrusion into the engine bay. Those can also be removed, so it is fully functional. Let's talk about the wheels. As we see, this has the Racing Hart M5 tuner replica wheels. These are basically a one-to-one replica of the real Racing Hart wheels. Behind the wheels, you'll notice that this has twin-turbo Supra brakes. It's a nice larger brake and it helps stop this car. As we move further back, one note worth mentioning are the mirrors. I only mention this because our Fast and Furious Eclipse mirrors are the carbon fiber APR mirrors. The Mark IV Supra does use the factory Toyota mirror assembly. As we step further back, we notice the side skirt. So again, this is part of the replica Bomex body kit. A big difference between the Supra and the Eclipse is that the Supra body kit is not molded in. The Eclipse body kit is. So what that means is this car is very serviceable. So you'll notice, if you bring the camera around here, that this is not just one piece. So if we ever need to remove the side skirt for any type of service, we can do that. Now another thing while you're looking at the door jamb, I'll point out, all of our cars are full restorations. So every body panel on this car gets every bit of body work that it needs to make it smooth as glass, perfectly flat, so we have that nice high quality finish. That also includes spraying the door jambs. So you'll notice this is base coat, clear coat on the door jambs, the doors, and the entire body. Even the underside of the hood and the engine bay, we respray all of that stuff so it has a really nice fit and finish when it's completed. Moving further back, let's get into the graphics. You'll notice this has the Modern Image Troy Lee Designs graphics. And these are basically identical to how they were on the movie car. There's a few little minor differences, but nothing that you would ever notice. You'll also notice the door handles. So if you're familiar with our last Supra that we did, that car did not have door handles. This car, being more screen accurate, does utilize the factory Toyota door handle. One thing worth noting is the windows. So you'll notice the windows are tinted. I only mention the windows because, again, when we do our restoration and our paint and body work, we actually remove the windows so we get paint around all of these edges. Again, we do a full restoration of the entire body of the car, and everything gets painted. Again, ensuring a nice quality fit and finish when we're completed. Coming further around the back, we get into the back wheel. Same goes for the front. It's the replica Racing Hart M5 tuner. And same thing on the back, we have the twin turbo Supra brakes. Carrying around the back side of the car, you'll notice we have the back section of the Bomex replica body kit. Again, nothing is molded in. It's all just, it can be removed. And we get into the APR replica wing. Again, this is a one-to-one replica of the APR wing, and the side plates and the blades are basically one-to-one replicas, really completing the look of the movie car. Now coming further around the back, this is a big difference from our last Supra and the current Supra. Again, this one we were trying to make as screen accurate as possible. So the last car we did not have a third brake light. The real movie car did, so of course we kept the third brake light. And then the next thing is the tail lights. So you'll notice these tail lights are the early 93, 94 model tail lights. There are slight differences. Some of the models have little chrome rings around the tail light housings, but overall this is completing that original look. Now here's a little Easter egg for any of you Fast and Furious fans out there. One thing that we considered doing on this car that we didn't do was flip the Toyota emblem upside down. If you go home, or you just open up your YouTube tab right now and watch the race between the Supra and the Ferrari. The race with the Supra and the Ferrari was the hero car, and you'll notice that the Supra emblem is actually upside down. We considered doing that, but chose not to. All right, so now let's pop the hood and see what we're working with under here. No Mark IV Supra is complete without a 2JZ engine. And as you can see, this car is equipped with a Brangers Racing Engine's 2JZ. This also has a BRE billet aluminum intake manifold, as well as the exhaust manifold and a good-sized turbo. When it comes to the 2JZs, factory turbo models were equipped with twin turbos. If you want to make big power, you want to convert that to a larger single turbo. This is also equipped with an aluminum radiator, front mount intercooler, full fuel system, and to top it off, a Haltech standalone ECU. This current setup is currently tuned to making right around 500 wheel horsepower. That may sound low, but it's currently tuned on 93 octane and it's super reliable. This is a car you can take out, you can beat on it, you can cruise it cross country, and you're going to have zero problems with reliability. Now the plus side is, since the motor is built and it's fully equipped with all these other supporting modifications, with a few simple tweaks you can make big power. This setup is currently capable of making well over 1,000 horsepower. With how it's set up currently, it's perfect for a weekend cruiser, a street machine, or what have you. Now, let's talk about the interior. So you'll notice this car has a lot of the screen accurate parts to make this look like the movie car. There are a handful of differences. The big thing that's going to stand out in the shots that you see now are all of the blue suede. So you'll notice these are factory Mark IV Supra seats with blue suede in the middle. Now we have our own upholstery shop here, so what we do is we reupholster the entire seat. So all of this is fresh vinyl with fresh blue suede. It really makes the interior of the car pop. Now the last car that we did, we only did the seats. You'll notice this car also has the door panels and the steering wheel, really completing the look. A couple minor differences from this car to the movie car are, you'll notice we have the Haltech dash. Now the next thing is this also has the blue suede shift knob. Moving on from there, you'll notice one of the things to make this a screen accurate Supra would be the fact that it is a real Targa top left-hand drive car. A lot of people that try to replicate the Fast and Furious Supra will go out and buy themselves an imported JDM right-hand drive Supra with a hard top. To really complete the look, it needs to have the Targa top. In almost every scene of the movie, the top is removed from the car, other than the scene where they're removing the top from the car. So if you really want to complete the look, you got to start with a left-hand drive Targa top car. Now the next thing, moving on as far as interior goes, this is actually missing the odometer tack. That is my personal fault. I forgot to order that, so I've got that on the way. And then the next thing is this has a nice set of factory Toyota Supra floor mats, as well as a matched back seat. That's going to be one of the biggest differences from this car and the real Hero car. The Hero car did not have a back seat and also had a yellow roll cage. Because the back seat was missing, the car was equipped with a full audio upgrade. Now those parts can be sourced, and we can do a backseat delete with the full audio upgrade and the yellow roll cage if desired. However, this specific car was not ordered that way. So something that we like to do to improve the look of the interior, instead of just leaving the seat fold down, is we like to match it with the same theme. We do the black vinyl and the blue suede inserts. It really completes the look, and in my opinion, I prefer that because if you ever want to take friends out in the car or take it to a car show, you have a lot more usable space than if you're completely loaded down in audio. The Mark IV Supra is a touring car, so there's plenty of room to put audio upgrades in here without actually deleting the back seat. Now that we've gone over a lot of the details of this car, let's talk about the color. That's one thing we've not discussed yet. So one of the biggest differences between this car and our last Supra that we did is the color. So this car actually has the screen accurate color orange on it. It was common knowledge through the Fast and Furious community that the Supra was painted a Lamborghini Diablo Candy Pearl Orange. It is now knowledge and well known that that is not the correct color. The Candy Pearl Orange Lamborghini color is quite a bit brighter than this color, and this is the real color. This is a House of Color Tangelo Pearl. It's a little bit deeper, it's a little bit darker, it's got a finer metallic, which is something you may not be able to see in this video, but this car in the sunlight really does shine. And that's just a big difference. The House of Color material is a rather expensive material, but when you want to have a screen accurate car, you want to get everything right. And there's a lot of things that go into that. If you know much about paint, spraying a material out at different pressures and over a different color can change the final color. So for example, to use this color and get it right, you spray this over a white base coat and then you spray the orange over it. Now spraying over different shades of white and at different pressures can achieve different colors. And what you'll notice now, if you take a look at some of our spray outs, we did about 25 spray outs to get this color right. The ones that you're seeing on our display here is not even half of the spray outs that we did. And we did multiple different colors. We didn't just do the Tangelo Pearl, we sprayed out many different House of Color colors, as well as other Lamborghini and exotic colors of orange. The car behind me, the donor car here started out with basically a Mark IV Supra that had some body damage, but it was already equipped with the built motor. It already had the 6-speed transmission. It's already got the big brakes. This was already a performance enthusiast Mark IV Supra, a very recent build at that. So that's a great way of getting into a good donor car if you're looking for a specific horsepower level, because you can go out and buy a car that already makes 5, 6, 7, 800 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower, depending on what you're looking for, and we can tailor it to make it the Fast and Furious car. And when it comes to Supras, the Supras are a good one to do that with because a lot of Supra enthusiasts are already building them. And in many cases, it's no different than the classic car world. If you go out and buy a car, you can put $100,000 into it to get 60 out of it. And the Supra is no different. There's people out there who have just invested tons of money into them that they won't ever get their money back out of them. So if you're interested in building a Fast and Furious Supra car, it's definitely a car that you can go out, buy one that someone else has already built, and then we can do all of the cosmetic things, the interior, the suspension, the brakes, the exterior, the body kit, the wheels, the tires, everything to make it how you want it. As far as what does it cost to build one of the Supras, it all depends on options. You know, do you want to do a thumping audio system? Do you want to do screen accurate audio? Do you want to do screen accurate seats and roll cage? So there's a lot of options to it. It depends on if you're trying to build a real replica or if you're trying to capture the essence of the original car. Most people that are interested in building something like this are not really interested in it being a true one-to-one replica. It's got the movie correct boost controller and the movie correct this or that. So most people are going to anticipate to spend in between $100,000 and about $140,000 plus the price of the donor car. And the reason I say it that way is because you can go out and spend $30,000 on a donor car. You could also go out and spend $100,000 on a donor car if you want a true low mileage twin turbo V160 Mark IV. So it really comes down to the price of the donor car, but if you're looking to have something similar to a build like this, you're going to be $100 to $140 grand plus the price of the donor car.
ZeroSixty giving me the win, can't settle. Cruising down the streets, feeling so alive, got my fantasy car.